All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. All right, y'all, how about it? Pellies. What a game. Pels went out. They win game 4. Series is knotted up now at 2 apiece. Going back to Phoenix. Quick turnaround as well. Yeah. After a really, after game 3 on Friday where Jonas Valanciunas only made 1 field goal in the game. It was 1 for 5. Really didn't get involved at all in game 3. He was awesome last night. 26 points, 15 boards. He was plus 19 for the game. Got him going early and often. And then Brandon Ingram he just took over the third quarter of that basketball game. The Pels went to half down by 2. They enter the fourth up 10. They were plus 12 in that third quarter, 35-23. So, just awesome, man. Awesome. To see the Pels go get it done the way they did. Great defensive effort. Alvarado, Herb Jones, they just continue to be stellar on that end of the floor. And I was watching the Bally Sports broadcast, and Antonio Daniels made the point during after one of Herb's blocks. Herb had 2 blocks of he had 3 blocks in the game, but he had 2 blocks on jump shots on 3-point attempts, which you rarely ever see, but he does seemingly every game. And Antonio Daniels on the Bally broadcast said, Bally Sports New Orleans broadcast said, and I'm glad the national NBA audience is getting introduced to Herb Jones on this stage. And it's so true, because those are the types of games where, it's a Sunday night. Sunday night always draws the biggest audience of the week because people are generally at home getting ready for their week. And a lot of people probably turned on that game, thinking, the Suns would just roll, and so they stuck around and they got to see Herb do that. So you probably do have a lot of people, nationally who are getting their introduction to this team, which was really cool to see. So anyway, all right, let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. Be a busy Monday. I'm excited about AFR. Obviously, we'll recap the LSU-Missouri sweep today, spring game. Joey B being in town this weekend. Pels going back to Phoenix with the series tied. A lot to get to. So, all right. Brian Broom, good morning. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Daniel Sinets, Kyle Taylor, Ricky Lambert. What's up? Kyle Taylor, I'm a little upset with you. Got on YouTube. I looked up the Scott Stapp Marlin song. I could have done without that. Thanks. Hey, man, you're the one who got on YouTube to find it. All right, I just presented the fact that it was there. And I'll tell you what, man. Had you been around AFR 12 years ago, you'd have heard that on the reg. Jonathan Martin, Stephen Fry, Kyle Perez. Monty got salty over the free throws. I thought about the Pelicans had more on the floor fouls than shooting. Listen, Monty has every right to be salty about the free throws, because if that was flipped, y'all would all be screaming bloody murder. If you did not look at the box score, the Pels were 32 of 42 from the line, and the Suns were 10 of 15. The Pels attempted 42 free throws. The Suns attempted 15. That's the 64-18 number 1 seed in the West, best record in the NBA. Suns attempted 27 fewer free throws than the New Orleans Pelicans. Monty has every right to be salty about that, which is why I'm not going to complain about the Jay Crowder foul when they called the offensive foul on Jonas. Hey, man. Pels got plenty that went their way last night. You won the game, on to the next. Let's see. Darren Reeves, morning Scone, got that sweep as predicted. And a lot of people did. I said Suns in 5, so I was wrong. I was hoping the Pels could get a game in the series. Now they got 2. And you're playing the game 6 in New Orleans regardless of what happens tomorrow night in Phoenix. And I do think the quick turnaround actually benefits the Pelicans. Look at the difference in Chris Paul in games 1 and 3 when he had an extra rest day, and games 2 and 4 when they had the quick turnaround. Now you play Sunday, you fly Monday, you play Tuesday. This is a quick turnaround, and I don't know that Chris Paul is going to be ready to roll. Anyway, Brandon English, good morning. Having to pack up all my bourbon to remodel and add on to my house. I didn't realize what I had accumulated. Jason Horn, Matt Blanchard. Let's see. The young rookies are playing lights out. Jose Herb got in CP3's head. They definitely got in CP3's head at the end of that game. There's no question. Chris Paul was frustrated. He took a whack at Herb Jones's head late in the game. Should have been a flagrant 2. It was above the shoulders, but whatever. Yes, and then when Alvarado kind of pickpocketed him right there to seal it at the end, it was already sealed, but really that just insult to injury at the end. Yes. They definitely had pissed off Chris Paul. There's no question. Trivia Carter, Pat Houston, good morning. Jacob Knight, Alex Barnes. Can the Pels pull this series? I guess it's off. Okay. Well, yeah. They've already won in Phoenix, and you're going to get a home game. You're guaranteed a home game. So you basically, you're going to have to win 2 in a row at some point. For the Pels to win this series, they're going to have to win 2 in a row at some point. Be that tomorrow night or game 6 and 7. Either way, you're going to have to win back-to-back games in this series. So they haven't done that yet, but they have won both in Phoenix and New Orleans. So let's see. Can they at this point? Sure. They've been competitive in every game. So I don't know how we could just be dismissive of that possibility at this point. Jesse Brown, Rapid Batches, Tim Gotro, Chris Davis, morning Matt. Love changing the defenders when CP3 said that late last week. A little bit of quick and fast Jose, a little bit of long and athletic Herb. Never given the same look, go Pels. It's so true, Chris. And the other part of that matters, and I know we talked about it when Booker was injured, but that's the biggest difference is instead of Herb trying to lock down Devin Booker, Herb now can go frustrate an old Chris Paul. And then you bring in Alvarado off the bench for 15, 18 minutes. That's just pure energy. And yeah, man, it matters. That right there, I'd say, is where you're seeing the impact of the Devin Booker injury the most. Let's see. No saying, hey, Matt, after Monty complained about the uneven call and free throw disparity, I expect to drop Game 5 because of the makeup call. Listen, I don't think that you say you're going to drop the game because of makeup calls, but any coach worth his salt is going to point out that massive disparity, which he should. And it shouldn't be that big of a disparity. So, again, if it were flipped, right? If it were flipped and the Suns had attempted 47 free throws or 42 free throws and the Pels had attempted 15, y'all all be screaming bloody murder today. So Monty's right to complain about that disparity. Sometimes it goes your way, and it did last night. The Phoenix didn't attempt its first free throw until the 4:42 mark of the first half. Like, I'd be ticked too. Michael Irvin, good morning. The Playmaker. Matt Lusto, morning, totally off topic. My first Bitcoin miner is coming in today. I'm pretty stoked. All right, Matt. Very good. Very curious to see what it does to your energy bill. Val Browning, good morning. Tim Gotro, if you take a drink every time Reggie Miller asks, how did Herb Jones make it to the second round? You'd pass out mid-fourth quarter. Tim, again, I'm going to suggest not watching the national broadcast. Watch the local guys. They have a better understanding and knowledge of your team, and it's just a more enjoyable broadcast. If you have Bally Sports New Orleans, watch it. Chris Davis, hard to shoot free throws when you aren't attacking the rim. Vortex didn't help the free throw numbers. That's true, but when they missed 3 of the 4 at the end with the back-to-back technicals. Eric Waterwater, morning, Scone. Man, if this core ever makes a deep run, it's going to be a very fun month. Yes, months. Remember, the NBA playoffs basically last through June. It's like April, May, and June. It's grind. It's 4 best-of-7s. It's long. But yes, Weston Weaver, Phil J. These rookies made Zion expendable. What do we get from that? I completely disagree with you, Phil. Listen, you've got to be more rational here, okay? What Zion gives you is an inside-out presence that's an automatic 27 and 10 every night. You don't have anyone on your team that does what he does. And really, there's no one in the league quite like him. So let's not get ridiculous and say you don't need Zion. Yeah, you do. If you want to go win the NBA championship, like if that's your goal, not just to be an above 500 team that makes the playoffs and maybe wins a series. Like if you want to win the NBA championship, win 4 best-of-7 series, yes, you will need Zion, absolutely. Wendell Norman, good, and to take a step further, what can we get for him? Okay, what can you get for him? You want picks? Because picks in the NBA don't often pan out like picks in the NFL. Usually you have a top half of round 1, and sometimes those guys don't even work out great. I mean, Austin Rivers was the 10th overall pick. Nice player. Not a game changer at 10 that you'd expect in the NFL draft, right? So you got to reset a little bit on what you're thinking with picks. Let's see. Ariel, shout out to Brock Banner's Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. All right. Sorry, I lost my spot here on Facebook. Matt Blanchard, Craig Straub, Deborah Coward, good morning, Todd Guidros. Herb Jones, Alvarado got me hyped for the future of the Pels. That's only part of it, bro. Like, I mean, they're good defensive energy guys, but, like, don't forget that Brandon Ingram is playing like he deserves to be in the conversation for the best player in the league right now. Don't forget that you have, a future Hall of Famer in C.J. McCollum as well. Jonas Valanciunas is a walking double-double. And you got Zion sitting on the bench who'll come back next year. I mean, yeah. David Wallace, what's up? Dale Broussard, what's your exit strategy for Gamecoin? So, Dale, exit strategy, I think, is probably the wrong way to term it. Because I can't see myself ever selling my entire bag. Because I believe in the long-term prospectus of the project. So, and I've invested a lot of money early in the project, so I have a lot invested, but I also have a potential large payoff. So I think it's less exit strategy and more a profit-taking strategy. The other thing that I consider, again, not financial advice, but certainly going to consider capital gains taxes, which the first year of owning an asset, if you cash out on them, the capital gains taxes are obnoxious. So I haven't taken a dollar profit on game point. When it was all the way up at 4%, I never took it. I never sold one game point ever because I don't want to mess with capital gains taxes. And I believe in the long term, the long tail of the project. Let's see, Brian Wynn, what are your thoughts on Ben Simmons playing again this year? I don't think he's going to because I think the Celtics are going to beat the Nets and sweep him, and he won't play. All right. Taz, what are the chances the Saints use both first-round picks on wide receivers? Almost zero. Almost zero. Shoot, if you remember back in 2014, they used the first-round pick on Brandon Cooks, and a lot of people wanted to take Jarvis in round 2, and they didn't do it. So, no, they're not going to take 2 first-rounders at receiver. They have too many other needs. Wendell Norman, good morning, Matt. Pels are impressive last night. Taz, are we going live for the draft? Yes, Taz, we are. Now, listen, again. Help us spread the word because I keep getting asked this question, despite the fact that we talk about it every day and have for several weeks. 104.5 ESPN Draft Companion Show. We've done this now for 5 years or thereabouts. We are live on Thursday from Don Juan Cigar Bar. So it's our whole staff. It's Hester, it's T-Bob, it's Hunt and Hill and me. We'll all be there at Don Juan Thursday doing our companion show for the draft. So come join us at Don Juan. If you can't be at Don Juan, you can watch our show, the companion show, on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube or the 104.5 ESPN Facebook page. So it's the same thing that like T-Bob and I do for Whiskey and Wine, same thing like for Scone and Tea. If you're watching on those platforms there, you can watch for the companion show on Thursday. So yes, we'll be live at 7 when the draft starts, and we'll be on the entirety of the draft. First round. Ryan Pike, Matt, I'm here to ask for basketball picks tonight. I'm a degenerate gambler, I know, but this is such good basketball being played. It really is. Ryan, I would say listen to Otter Locks at the end of AFR today, the last segment. Take Jimmy's picks. He's been on fire. Shane O'Mac, morning, unbelievable atmosphere in the blender last night. It really was. It was so fun to watch, man. Playoff basketball is fun. Last night was so, like, the speed, the intensity of the game was so much fun. Absolutely. Like, hopefully, well, I mean, they are absolutely setting the hook with a lot of people right now. It's so much fun. Chris Davis, how important is the factor that LSU fans can't see? How important is the factor that LSU fans can't see in the quarterback race? Kelly said multiple times over last week, Miles gets LSU in the right place with the look they are given. How important? Okay. So you're saying Miles knowing the right play and all that stuff being the factor, like maybe they trust him more. Maybe, but I'll point out again that Jay Daniels has been here for a month. So I wouldn't be completely dismissive of that. Like, you have the rest of the spring, all throughout summer and fall camp to get all these guys on the same page. I still think that the most understated part of the spring game was Jaden Daniels' ability to make plays with his feet, which they kept blowing plays dead, so we didn't really get to see. And I think ultimately that's going to be the difference maker. All right, I got to go quickly, y'all. Shout out to Brock. BROrtho.com, BROrtho.com. You need an orthopedist, go to Brock. Hudco Roofing, y'all. It stormed yesterday in parts of Baton Rouge. I know, like at our house, I mean, it dumped around like 2 in the afternoon. Again, do not wait until hurricane season because your named storm deductible, check your insurance policy, but call your insurance agent. Your named storm deductible is likely higher than your wind hail deductible. So it is way more beneficial to have that inspection done now instead of waiting for a storm. HudcoRoofing.com, HudcoRoofing.com. That's a good question. Eric, what'll get a higher local TV rating, the draft or Game 6? Great question. I don't know. Great question. And the fact that I don't know the answer to that, I'm still gonna say that okay. I think, all right, two things. At their peak, I think the draft will get more because when the Saints are on the clock, I think you will get a higher peak audience, local market. Over the duration, I think more people are going to be watching the Pels. But keep in mind, the Pels will probably start at 8:30. I don't know if they've listed a start time yet for Game 6, but it'll probably start at 8:30. So, man, you could be talking about right around the time the Saints are picking. At least that it could be. You could be talking right around the time the Saints are picking. At 9 o'clock tomorrow. Yes, it's going to be 8:30. Okay, I got to get going. Matt Lusto, I expect about $130 a month. I'm treating it as dollar cost averaging with my energy. Oh, got it. Oh, that's not bad. For mining? Okay. Tim Gotro, I don't have Bally Sports New Orleans or I would be watching. Give me a little credit. That's all good, Tim. No, that's what I'm saying. If you have it. Michael Irvin, Pels in regular season were top 10 in free throws a game. Suns, who ranked 30th. Pels been doing this all season. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they're shooting more free throws. I mean, the Pels are sort of a throwback, right? With Jonas and with Jackson Hayes, like when starting that big lineup. There's no doubt there's going to be a disparity, but last night was noticeable, right? Cliff Nelson, good morning. Let's give some love to the Fighting Betharinas. Yeah, man, how about it? Softball got their series win over the weekend. I think softball and baseball are both at 10-8 in the conference right now. All right, let's see. Chris, it's a new offense to everyone. Yes, but Miles has also been around these players for 6 years. He has commanded the huddle for 6 years. He knows all of his teammates and their tendencies, and like there is a difference with that and a guy who's been on campus for a month and is still trying to figure out where the dining room is, right? All right, Kirk Taylor, Kelly Gross, Michael Cook. Kirk, early look on Georgia. Could LSU steal this series? Look, they're at home, and we've already seen LSU go on the road and win a series against Florida. So could they? Absolutely. It's baseball. They're at home. You swing it well. The thing I'm gonna point out again though is Jonathan Cannon, who's Georgia's ace, who had been on the shelf for a few weeks, is back. So that makes winning Friday really complicated. You're gonna have to break through against somebody's ace if you're gonna win on Friday. So, and they haven't done it yet this year. So anyway, all right, I gotta go. Y'all have a great day. Thanks so much for watching LSU Daily coming up later this morning, AFR at 3. Smash that like button if you're on YouTube. Smash the like button, Facebook, like the page, share the post. As always, shout out to Brock and Hudco. We appreciate y'all. Have an awesome day. Peace.